and welcome back to my channel. My name is Stacy if you're new here, and I am a NASM certified personal trainer, and I have some beginner workout guides I'll have linked in the description box below. I am also a Dream Vacations travel advisor, so I can help you as much or as little as you want with planning your trip. My travel website and my free quote form are both linked in the description box below. I post travel, Disney, and week of workouts every single week, so if you're interested, please consider subscribing to my channel. My goal is to reach 500 subscribers by the end of April, so please like my video and comment down below so that YouTube will show this video to other people so I can achieve that goal. Today's video is a Disney video. I'm going to continue on with the Disney Cruise Line and talk about the Disney Dream and the Disney Fantasy. My last Disney video was about the Disney Magic and the Disney Wonder, and I'll have that video linked below. And while they have a lot of similarities between the two different class of ship, the Disney Magic and the Disney Wonder versus the Disney Fantasy and the Disney Dream, there are a lot of differences, so let's go ahead and get into it. So if you don't know, Disney Cruise Line is a niche cruise line with many unique things that are just different that Disney does. I do have a video I did about 6 different things that Disney does different than other cruise lines. I'll have that linked below, and they're definitely one of my favorite cruise lines for sure, but I also love Disney. So I have only been on the Disney Wonder and the Disney Fantasy. I was on the Disney Wonder about 2 years ago, and then the Disney Fantasy, probably 10 years ago, quite a while. So anything new since then, just I haven't seen, and that's okay. And one day I want to sail on every single Disney ship, and I know by 2031 the cruise line wants to have 13 ships in their fleet, and I would love to go on every single one of them. Disney Cruise Line is known for the black/dark blue and gold details, the red like Disney funnels, and the whimsical ship horns that play the classic When You Wish Upon a Star. The newer ships have a wider range of songs that they can play. The Disney Fantasy and the Disney Dream do have a lot more, especially if you compare them to the Disney Magic and the Disney Wonder. So I'm going to break this down similar to how I did in my last video. I'm going to go over all the things that is unique to each individual ship, and then I'll go into all the things that they have in common. There's actually quite a few things on these two ships that are different from each other compared to how many things that are the same. So the Disney Dream was the third ship added to it. Set sail in January of 2011 and was refurbished in September of 2004 with 14 public decks and 1,250 staterooms and a crew of 1,458. The Disney Dream holds up to 4,000 passengers. All of the Disney ships have a stern character and a bow character. So the stern of the ship is at the back of the ship and the bow is the front of the ship. And on the Disney Dream, it is Sorcerer Mickey, and he is using like the brooms or mops to paint the ship. So he's just kind of has himself suspended and the broom suspended so that it looks like they're painting the ship. I think that's super fun, super cute. And then the bow character is also Sorcerer Mickey, and if you remember in my last video, the Disney Dream also has Sorcerer Mickey as its bow character, but they're just slightly different like versions of him there. And then the Disney ships always have an atrium character or like grand hall where you would enter into the ship, and on the Disney Dream it is Admiral Donald Duck. Since the Disney Fantasy just underwent a full dry dock refurbishment this last year, there's a lot of different things that they added to the ship that I'm gonna note here real quick that will definitely make a difference in terms of what they have versus what the Disney Fantasy has. So if you don't know what a dry dock is, typically the ships will go over to a European port, European shipyard. They will go into a docking area where they'll be completely supported in a way that they can drain all of the water out of that space, and so that the entire ship can be worked on without any water interfering. So they can make sure the bottom of the ship is fully maintained, painted, any kind of maintenance needs to be done there, as well as any internal renovations as well. So when they did this dry dock last year, they added the new 2-story funnel suite themed with Disney's Fantasia, which kind of goes with the overall theme of the ship, and Sorcerer Mickey being the stern character. Since the newer ships are starting to have this 2-story funnel suite, they're pretty much adding it into any kind of remodels of the other ships. So with that, they had to move the kids spaces. So the teen and tween spaces used to be in that funnel as they are on the Disney Magic and the Disney Wonder. So they moved those over to like deck 5, and then they also expanded the concierge lounge and added a new space that's inspired by Hercules. As for dining, the Disney Dream has Royal Palace, and I'm going to be reading a ton of the quotes about each of these spaces from Disney's website, just because they're storytellers. So the way they write it out just gives you a sense of how the feel of these restaurants are. Magic Feast. Dine like royalty at this enchanting restaurant inspired by the Disney princess films. Indulge in continental cuisine with a French twist while surrounded by luxurious decor reminiscent of classic movies like Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, and Beauty and the Beast. There is the Enchanted Garden, which I believe is also on the Disney Fantasy, and I do vaguely remember this restaurant from when I was on the ship, the Disney Fantasy, many years ago. Be transported to an elegant conservatory nestled in the foothills of France as you dine amid blooming flower light and a centerpiece fountain bathed in shimmering light. While savoring fresh seasonal dishes, watch in wonder as the ceiling transforms from bright blue daylight to a stunning sunset and finally a twinkling night sky filled with stars. I do remember vaguely that the whole ambiance and lighting changed throughout dinner, which was really, really cool. And then for entertainment, all the Disney ships have Broadway style shows, and on the Disney Dream, there are 3 unique shows that feature a ton of different Disney characters. And from the little description from Disney's website, be swept off your feet by a tale as old as time during a dazzling performance of Beauty and the Beast. In Disney's belief, enjoy favorite Disney songs from Peter Pan, Pinocchio, Cinderella, and more when Genie from Aladdin grants a young girl's wish. And walk the red carpet at the Golden Mickey's, a glittering extravaganza filled with song, dance, and beloved Disney characters. So the Golden Mickey's is also on the Disney Wonder and the Disney Magic, I believe. For sure the Disney Wonder. I saw that show and I love it. It was so cute and definitely worth seeing at least once. The Disney Dream also has a section of the ship that's adults only, similar to the Disney Magic and the Disney Wonder. They call it the District. When the sun sets, this family entertainment venue transforms into an adults only neighborhood boasting a unique collection of lounges, bars, and nightclubs. Listen to piano tunes at District Lounge, catch up on sports at Pub 687, sip into something bubbly at Pink Wine and Champagne Bar. Enjoy a classic cocktail at Skyline and be a social butterfly at Evolution, offering dancing, karaoke, comedy, and cabaret. They definitely have a couple of other venues in that space as compared to the Wonder and the Magic. So the youth spaces on these 2 ships are slightly different. So on the Disney Dream, they have Star Wars Millennium Falcon. Young rebels are invited to pilot Han Solo's legendary spaceship through the Star Wars universe. Inside Disney's Oceaneer Club, this intergalactic play space also lets kids unleash their creativity and design their very own starship. And then they have Andy's Room, which I believe is also on the Wonder and the Magic as well. In Disney's Oceaneer Club, kids aged 3 through 10 get to experience the thrill of larger-than-life version of Andy's Room from the Toy Story films. Here, kids can create their own Mr. Potato Head and slide down a Slinky Dog slide. Little cowboys and cowgirls can dance at a hoedown with Woody or go on a scavenger hunt with Jessie. Let's talk about the Dream Tower Suite. It features 2 main bathrooms, a library bedroom, and a children's room. So like 4 bedrooms basically. 4.5 bathrooms, including 2 main bathrooms with double sinks, standalone tubs, and walk-in rain showers. The children's room has its own bathroom with a shower, and the library bedroom area offers a full bathroom with double sinks and a shower, and also ADA compliant. So that's pretty cool. And there's also a half bathroom upon the entry of the suite. And the entire suite is themed from Fantasia, and there is a huge grand spiral staircase in the space, and it sleeps 8. So these ones can definitely be pretty pricey, but if you have that many people, it could be worth it. I don't know. I do want to stay in one of the tower suites one time, but probably not anytime soon because they are definitely expensive. So Moving on to the Disney Fantasy. I did sail on this ship a few years ago and it hasn't had a major dry dock since, so a lot of the things are going to be similar to what I had experienced, but I don't remember a whole lot of that trip. And the Disney Fantasy will be going into a dry dock this year in the fall. And then my guess, I couldn't find any specifics on what they're going to do in terms of the renovation process, but my guess is they're going to add the 2-story tower suites and move the kids clubs that are currently in the tower to deck 5. The Disney Fantasy was the 4th ship to join the Disney Cruise Line fleet, and its maiden voyage was in March of 2012 and had a refurbishment in 2017 with 14 public decks, 250 staterooms, and a crew of 1,458 up to 4,000 passengers. So the Disney Fantasy's bow character is Captain Mickey, and then the stern character is Dumbo, so he's like flying with his ears and painting the ship, which is pretty cute. And then the atrium character is Mademoiselle Minnie, who is dressed in her 1920s and 1930s fashion with her parasol and steamer trunk. For dining on the Disney Fantasy, you have the Royal Court, a fairy tale wonderland. Indulge in a regal feast fit for royalty at this enchanting restaurant inspired by beloved Disney princess films including Cinderella, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Sleeping Beauty, and Beauty and the Beast. Dine on a kingdom's worth of French-inspired continental fare as you hold court amid chandeliers, marble-cased columns, and throne-style chairs. As for the shows, Broadway quality shows with original scores and choreography bring storytelling to life in such hit productions as the hilarious Disney's Aladdin, a musical spectacular, the sentimental Disney's Believe, and the heartwarming Frozen, a musical spectacular. Disney's Believe is also on Disney Dream, and Frozen is also on the Disney Wonder, which I saw that show and it is super cute. It just encompasses everything of Frozen, and I really loved it. So on the Disney Fantasy, they call the Adults District the Europa Adult District. This European-themed family entertainment transforms into an adult playground at night, boasting a unique collection of lounges, bars, and nightclubs. Experience live music and Italian cocktail culture at La Piazza. Lose yourself to the refinement of Paris at Ooh La La Champagne Bar. Savor a taste of Ireland at O'Gill's Pub. Sip on craft cocktails at Skyline and mind the gap as you step into the Tube, a fab nightclub inspired by 1970s London. The Skyline, I believe, is also on the Disney Dream, so they share that in common. And then all of these venues typically during the day will have various activities hosted there, like the trivia or animation classes and whatever else they decide to have as activities. Maybe other forms of entertainers and maybe a comedy act, that kind of thing. Unique to the Disney Fantasy, they have a luxury shopping store that I do not know how to pronounce, but it's Bulgari? Not sure. Definitely probably pronouncing that wrong. They sell a selection of duty-free luxury goods, including jewelry, watches, silk, and leather goods. And for the youth clubs on the Disney Fantasy, they have Marvel Superhero Academy. Swoop into the top secret command post of S.H.I.E.L.D. and wield the weaponry of your favorite Avenger, including Thor's hammer, Captain America's shield. Kids aged 3 to 10 can enjoy arts and crafts, play video games, or summon their inner strength during surprise superhero visits. And then they also have Star Wars Command Post. In Disney's Oceaneer Club, kids aged 3 to 10 can unleash their inner Jedi and battle the dark side as they train alongside legendary heroes from a galaxy far, far away. But beware, the First Order stormtroopers are lurking. That just sounds so interactive and fun. Like I want to go enjoy that, but those are for kids clubs and typically adults are not invited. However, there is on Embarkation Day, they'll have an open house where adults can tour these spaces. I don't know for sure if like you have to have a kid with you to be able to tour these places, but definitely for sure, if you do have kids and you want to walk in there, look at them, maybe guide your kids to help them become comfortable with that space and just see it for yourself, you can absolutely do that on Embarkation Night. And then both ships have a wider variety of songs that the ship horn plays. So aside from the iconic When You Wish Upon a Star from Pinocchio, they also have A Dream is a Wish Your Heart Makes from Cinderella. Be Our Guest from Beauty and the Beast. Yo Ho, A Pirate's Life for Me from Pirates of the Caribbean. Hi Diddly Dee Dee, An Actor's Life for Me from Pinocchio, which I think the tunes of those two, the Pirates and then the one from Pinocchio, are very similar. So I don't know if you can tell the difference. I thought they were the same, so not sure. Moving on. Do You Want to Build a Snowman from Frozen. The iconic It's a Small World After All from It's a Small World ride at the Disney parks. And then on select sailings, if they do a Star Wars at Sea sailing, I don't know if they actually do them anymore. I'd have to look. They do the Imperial March or the main Star Wars theme on the Disney Fantasy only for those two songs, as well as whenever the ship happens to be in New York, they'll play New York, New York by Frank Sinatra on the Disney Fantasy as well. I think the newer ships also do this, but I'm not sure. Stay tuned for next week because I'll go over all of those as well. Okay, so for dining on both ships, I already mentioned that Enchanted Garden was on the Disney Dream. It is also on the Disney Fantasy, which is why I only mentioned one restaurant on the Disney Fantasy list. If you don't know, Disney Cruise Line does what they call a rotational dining. So you will basically follow a schedule of going to every single restaurant every night. On longer sailings, you might go to a restaurant more than once, and typically they'll have either a completely different show and menu or just different feel. It'll be different than the first time you dine, and your wait staff will also rotate with you, so you will always have the same table, the same waiter, the same head waiter, the same team taking care of you. And I just love that Disney does that. Not only does it make dinner just a lot more entertaining, it makes it different every single night. It also just gives you that elevated level of service that Disney Cruise Line does. Okay, so my battery died, so switch that up. The other restaurant that both ships, the Disney Fantasy and the Disney Dream, have is Animator's Palette, which is also on the Disney Wonder and the Disney Magic, but it is just a slightly different show where there's actually like screens on the walls, which is similar to the other two ships, but you'll have interactions with Crush from Pixar. And I do remember this from when I went on the Disney Fantasy several years ago, and it was just super fun. Here's the little description from Disney's website. Step inside a colorful restaurant filled with animators' studio tools like sketches, light boxes, and paintbrushes. As you dine, immerse yourself in the underwater world of the Disney and Pixar film Finding Nemo and see some favorite fishy friends. You may even catch up with Crush, a totally tubular turtle. I remember there would be like real-time interacting, and I think that's just super cute, super fun. And then I've seen that sometimes you'll have Sorcerer Mickey. I don't know if it's every sailing or whatever. I didn't experience this on the sailing I went on Disney Fantasy, but there'll be like a whole show including Sorcerer Mickey in the dining room, and I don't know any details other than that. I don't know if it's select sailings or anything like that. If I do find something before I post this video, I will put something on the screen. Like the Disney Wonder and the Disney Magic, they have adults only restaurants, Palo, which is an Italian style restaurant that is super good, super tasty. The food is amazing and the service is top notch. I dined at Palo on the Disney Wonder. I do not recall if I dined at Palo on the Disney Fantasy when I went. Like I said, that was 10 years ago. So I don't remember much. I remember bits and pieces. And then also on both these ships, they have Remy, which is a French style food. So here's the little description from Disney's website. Step into this romantic restaurant inspired by the Disney film Ratatouille and feel magically transported to the City of Lights. Except instead of appreciating views of the River Seine, you are treated to commanding floor-to-ceiling ocean vistas. Here, 3 Michelin-starred chef Arnaud Lomonte, oh my goodness, I'm definitely saying that very badly, presents an impeccable French menu that celebrates the sea, the earth, and the world market. I've never been to Remy, and one day I will. And then of course, these ships also offer adult exclusive like spirits, wine kind of tastings. We did a wine tasting on the Disney Wonder. It was a lot of fun. And sometimes there's even like cocktail making classes, that kind of thing. I think they change it up just to, you know, make everything more interesting and fresh every time for different sailings and stuff like that. And then they also have the Royal Court Tea, which is basically a little tea party for kids aged 3 to 12. And you get to like have this tea party with the Disney princesses, which is pretty cute. And then like the Disney Wonder and the Disney Magic, there is Cabanas, which is a buffet. And then at the pool deck, there's Flo's Cafe, which is just like the quick service restaurant area. And from Disney's website, make a pit stop at this outdoor food court inspired by the Disney and Pixar Cars movies. Top off your tank with 4 food stations: Luigi's Pizza, Tomato's Grill, Fillmore's Favorites, and Romana's Cantina, serving all American cuisine like burgers, chicken, pizza, salads, and sandwiches, as well as popular Mexican fare like tacos and bowls. And of course, they also have ice cream treats and frozen treats, which is soft serve ice cream and frozen smoothie bowls. Are you even going on a Disney cruise and you don't get soft serve? Because I accidentally did that. When I went on the Disney Wonder, I definitely forgot to go get soft serve. I didn't even go to poolside food court little area. We had fun doing a lot of other things, and it was a cooler cruise, so we just didn't make it to the pool deck very much. And this was on the Disney Wonder, which I took 2 years ago. Like next month, 2 years ago. And then also both the Disney Wonder, the Disney Dream, and the Disney Fantasy have Vanellope Sweets and Treats, which is a dessert shop that is inspired by Wreck-It Ralph. And you can get ice cream and sweets and cakes and like macarons and just a bunch of fun little treats. That one is extra though, it's not included in the cruise fare, but it's still fun to like go into and see. And then for pools, the Disney Dream and the Disney Fantasy have multiple pool areas, unlike the Disney Wonder and the Disney Magic, which only have one pool, aside from like the adults only pool, but one main pool area. So there is the Mickey pool, the Donald pool, the Funnel Puddle, and Nemo's Reef, which is like a splash pad for little kids. And then both ships have the Aqueduct, which is an attraction at sea, basically. Find water thrills galore on the Aqueduct, a 3-story water coaster that begins with a surprising launch. Hold on to your flippers as you step inside a translucent tube for a vertical drop that sends you on a swift and splashy ride up, down, and 20 feet off the side of the ship until finally splashing into a lazy river. I don't know why it's in quotes. I've never been on this one, I don't think. I don't remember if I did go on this when I went on the Disney Fantasy a while back, but still sounds like fun. I couldn't imagine I didn't go on it, but I just don't remember if I did. So both ships have adults only spaces. They have the Quiet Cove Pool, Cove Cafe, and Satellite Falls. Cove Cafe is an adults-only cafe which serves specialty coffees and cocktails. Quiet Cove Pool is just a adults-only pool area and a wading pool that they call Satellite Falls for an adults area only. On the Disney Wonder, it was at the aft of the ship, so the very back of the ship on the pool deck. And then both ships have Senses Spa and Salon, which you can get massages and other salon treatments. You can get your hair cut, nails done, facials, all kinds of stuff. And then of course both also have a fitness center with a full gym, tons of treadmills, other cardio equipment, weights, machines, with like huge picturesque like windows facing the ocean. And then the youth clubs on both ships are Vibe and Edge. Vibe is for ages 14 through 17. On the Disney Fantasy, it's still located in the funnel, and then the Disney Dream, it's located on deck 5. Same with Edge, the locations. but this is for tweens age 11 to 14. And then it's a Small World nursery, which typically is an extra cost and you have to make reservations, but it's for ages 6 months to 3 years, where they are with very well trained counselors and Disney like cast members that will take care of these kids like very well, keep them entertained and just cared for. And then both ships have Bippity Boppity Boutique, which is like basically allows your little one to be completely transformed into a princess, a prince, or even a pirate if it's pirate night. I remember when we were on the Disney Wonder that when I was looking through all the things you can like reserve and all of that one specific night that I had a feeling was gonna be pirate night because of this, there was reservations for Bippity Boppity Boutique to transform into a pirate, basically, for little ones. And if you didn't know, a lot of the Caribbean sailings, Disney Cruise Line will have their pirate night, which is a fun show on the deck, and they also do fireworks off this ship. And Disney Cruise Line is the only cruise line that is allowed to set fireworks off on like from their ship. I think other cruise lines will get away with this by like having a smaller ship from like a nearby country come off and shoot fireworks from there. But for the most part, the only ship that is allowed to have fireworks shot off the actual ship itself is Disney. And I'm not sure, I might do a like future video regarding like how like the history of that maybe. If anybody's interested in that, comment down below. I can do all the research and let you know. But it's really fun. On our last sailing, we were in Palo that night, which it was Valentine's Day, so I really wanted to do dinner at Palo for Valentine's Day, but I had a feeling it was gonna be pirate night, so we missed pirate night. We could kind of sort of see some of the fireworks from inside the restaurant, which was a lot of fun. But next time I go on a Disney cruise, I'm definitely not missing the fireworks and pirate night. And then on select sailings on some ships, so like if the sailing is going to Alaska, they'll do like a Frozen style show, and I think with a fireworks show, and then they'll do a New Year's show. I saw some videos of 2 different Disney ships. They were very close together doing their New Year's fireworks shows at the same time, so that's pretty cool. And then Disney Cruise Line staterooms are designed with families in mind, and I feel like that just makes the biggest difference compared to other cruise lines. And one thing specifically that sets them apart from other cruise lines is the split bathroom. One room will have a sink and a shower, and the other one will have a toilet and a sink so that there's more spaces for people to get ready. And I think inside staterooms do not have the split bath. And then of course, a lot of like the big, huge suites will have like separate full-on bathrooms. But for the most part, most of the standard ocean view rooms and the balcony rooms, or veranda as Disney calls them, some of the concierge class rooms will have the split bathroom. And then another thing that these 2 ships have different than the Disney Magic and the Disney Wonder is some of the inside rooms, they'll have a like looks like a porthole or an ocean view, but it's like digital, so it'll have whatever theme the room is. So like if it's like Finding Nemo, it'll have like Nemo characters on that porthole, which I think is pretty cool. So next week I'm going to be doing a video on the Disney Wish and the Disney Treasure, because those 2 ships are sister ships, and they're also the newest ships in the Disney Cruise Line fleet. So please look for that. And that is going to conclude this video. If you've made it this far, please consider subscribing to my channel for more travel, Disney, and week of workouts every single week. My goal is to reach 500 subscribers by the end of April, and I'm about a quarter of the way there. So please like my video, comment, and that way YouTube will show it to more people so I can achieve that goal. And comment what your favorite thing about Disney Cruise Line is. Have you been on the Disney Fantasy or the Disney Dream? And thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.